Okay everyone, so we are going to start our journey of backend development by learning little bit about how to use command prompts or terminal to easily navigate between files and folders. Now the reason why we would want to learn terminal is when you will become a professional developer, professional backend developer, or in general a professional developer, be it front end or back end, then most of the time you will not be using graphical user interface to create files and folders. You will not be manually navigating to multiple files and folders, but instead you will be using a tool called as command prompt or terminal. So let's now learn, and you don't really need to have a PhD degree in command prompts or terminal. Understanding little bit is completely enough, and as you will proceed towards backend development, you can always explore the further possibilities that can be done using command prompt and tools like terminal. Okay, so yeah, let's now learn it. Now I'm using terminal slash command prompt words simultaneously because both of them actually means same. Command prompt in Windows is same as terminal in Mac. Okay, and so let me give you a very fine overview of what do I actually mean. So can you see I have one folder here, right? Now I can create one more folder. I can simply say right click, new folder. In Windows, since I'm on Mac, in Windows you'll have to right click and you'll have to go to new and then folder. So let's now create a very simple folder, and I'm going to call it code block underscore backend. Okay, if I hit enter, congratulations, you successfully created a folder. If you want to navigate inside this folder, you can double click to open it. Now inside this folder, if you want to create one more folder, again you can do the same process. New folder, here you can say 01 starting with backend, something like this, right? Okay, so this is how you create folders. Now inside this, if you want to create new folder, probably you would be doing something like can I do index.html? Let's say index.html. Okay, so it is warning me if I want to keep this extension. Let's try to add it. Okay, so now I have okay, no, I thought that it will become an index.html file, but it is a folder indeed. But anyway, so this is how you generally create a folder and you navigate between them. So if you want to go inside this starting with backend folder, double click to get inside it, double click to get inside further. Okay, but doing this manually is a very hectic task when you have to navigate between hundreds of files and folders, because when you will be writing code, when you will be working for a professional web development company or creating projects, you will end up having multiple files and folders, and then there navigating manually like this can be a little, not much, but a little pain. So for that we do not use this method of manually navigating between files and folders, but we use terminal for easy navigation between these files and folders. So let's now learn little bit, not much, little bit of command prompt or terminal, and then we will move forward to learn amazing steps of backend development. Okay, and so Windows user, press Windows and R, the combination of Windows and R, and then type CMD in the prompt box and hit enter. That will open or launch command prompt in your operating system. The Linux users, pretty simple, just find terminal in your application folder. You will be able to launch terminal from there. And Mac user, you just have to open this terminals. I have iTerm, you probably would be somewhere here in this terminal. I'm not going to use terminal because I have configured iTerm in my system, so I'm going to launch iTerm. It looks pretty neat in comparison to the one I showed you, terminal. So let me show you terminal. It's totally optional to do. It's not like that you have to do it. So this is terminal and this is iTerm. Okay, and I prefer to use item. So let me close this, and there you go. Now again, we manually created this folder by right clicking, right? But now we are going to do all of these steps using command prompt or terminal. And so the first thing that we have to write is, we have to say, well, do you want to update? No, let's not update it for now. Okay, so the first thing that you have to type is pwd. Yes, the same command is for Mac and the same command is for Windows as well. If you'll hit enter, you will be given this file path. So this is your current location where you are right now. So I am at this code, so this folder here, code. Okay, now again, yeah, Windows user, you also have to write pwd, which stands for print working directory. So this code is my current working directory. And so now if you want to list all of the item that is inside this directory is simply folder. Okay, it's pretty simple. Directory is folder, folder is a directory. Folder is a segmented term in itself. Directory is more kind of attached to the location of the folder. So the directory is users/code, and code itself is the folder. Okay, now if you want to see how many items or if you want to list, I'm not sure if you can see how many items, but if you want to list all of the items that is inside this folder called as code, or directory called as code not cold, you can use this command ls. Now this ls command is for Mac and Linux. Okay, so the command for Windows, the alternate command for Windows of ls is going to be dir. Dir stands for directory and ls stands for list, something like that. I don't exactly remember what does ls stands for, but if you say ls and for Windows you'll say the dir. If you hit enter, it will give you all of the files or folders that is inside this code directory. And so here you can see I have a folder called as advanced.js, downloads, music. Wow, I also have MongoDB and their data. I have a folder called React, movies. Okay, let me show you. If I go to code, you can see it, desktop, download, movies. Now if you want to open any file or any folder, you just say open and then the name of the folder. So if I write backend, I can say backend, hit enter. Now just in a moment, you see now backend folder is open here. Okay, similarly if you want to open, I can see I have a photo here, great.jpg. This would probably be the photo of, as far as I remember, Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow. So let's see, I can say open. You can use this open command. Probably this open command is same for Windows as well. Okay, so you can write great.jpeg. Now let me tell you that you don't need to write this great.jpg manually. If you write gr, that's it. If you hit tab, it is going to auto complete the text for you. Okay, which means that it is going to look for any files or folders starting with the mentioned letter. So if you write gr, if you even write g, hit tab, and now it is asking me that do you want to open great.jpg or general or gopher. What is gopher? I don't know what is gopher, but anyway, since I have one file and one folder with both starting with G, it is telling us that now specifically mention which one do you want. Now I want the one which has R followed by G, so GR, and now if I hit tab, it is going to auto complete, and if I hit enter, now you will see our photo will be up in a moment. It's Captain Jack Sparrow. Okay, wow, golden days. It's been a while since I've seen this photo, but anyway, I've kept it here. Okay, now this is very simple, opening few folders and files, right? Now how can we actually learn to create folder? Pretty simple. If you want to create a folder, you will have to navigate to the directory where you want to create a folder. So I want to create folder on my desktop, and for that I have to navigate to desktop, and to navigate to desktop you use the command cd for both Mac and Windows. CD stands for change directory, because now we are going to change directory. Right now we are in this code directory, and now I want to navigate to desktop because eventually that is the place where I want to create my folder. Remember in my front-end code, I told you, in my front-end tutorial to be exact, I told you that I keep all of my files and folders on desktop, and when they are done, I just move them to a Git repository. Okay, so now I'm going to create a folder for backend development on this desktop for easy navigation, and then once we will be done, then you can download all of the starter file or completed file to be exact from the Git repository mentioned in the description of this video. Anyway, so now I'm going to change the directory. I will say cd and I will say desk, and I don't have to write all of it. I will hit tab to autocomplete. And yes, cd is the same command for Mac and for Windows and for Linux as well. Okay, so if I hit enter, directory changed, and now we are in the desktop. So now we are at this level, desktop. And now from here, if you want to create a folder, the command to create the folder is mkdir. Mkdir stands for make directory. Mkdir command is same for Mac and Windows. Okay, so Mac users and Windows users as well as Linux user, all of you just write mkdir, and now you can give it a name. So what is the folder that you want to create? I will say code block underscore backend. Okay, and this has a capital C and this has a lowercase c, so it should not be a problem creating this folder. So if I hit enter, somewhere here you will see, okay, it says code block underscore backend file exists. So somehow it also converted the name of this folder into a lowercase and then compared. Okay, I can change the name. I can simply say 01, hit enter, and now you can see I have this folder up here. Now if you want to navigate inside this folder, you just have to say cd, because you already are in this desktop directory. So you just have to say code block, hit tab to autocomplete, but now you have to go inside 01. So hit enter, and now since this folder is empty, we see this blank space here. Okay, and so if I open this folder, you can see that this folder is completely open, vacant. If I create a new folder, I will say lol 11111, hit enter, and now I have one folder. Okay, and now if you want to see how many folders are inside this code block backend 01 directory, I can again use ls command. If I hit ls, now you can see I have this lol folder. Okay, now if you want to navigate inside this lol folder, or if you want to create one more folder inside this code block backend, you can again use this command mkdir. I can say module system. Okay, and now I have module system. If you want to navigate inside module system, you can say cd module system. There you go, and now you are inside module system. Okay, and now here if you want to create a file, not folders, I'm talking about file, index.html, style.css, script.js, you can do that. You can use the touch command. Now here's a catch: this touch command is not going to be valid in Windows. So you can say touch. This touch command is valid in Mac and Linux, but for Windows it is going to be probably echo space dot. Okay, and so Windows user, you are going to use this command, and if this does not work, then you can say type null or probably this command, and then here you can write this. Okay, and if not, then please make sure to make a search. Hopefully you will get the alternate command of touch in Windows, but for Mac and Linux it is touch. So here I'm going to say touch index.html. So if I hit enter, inside module system I now have index.html file. Okay, and if I want to create one more, I can again say, by the way, if you want to recycle through previous commands, you don't have to write touch command again. No, just hit the up arrow and it will recycle through the previous commands that you have used so far. Okay, so up and down arrow. So I can say touch index.html. Since we already have index.html, if I hit enter, then it is not going to create one. Okay, because it already exists. If I want to create multiple files at once, I can do that as well. So let's say that I want one style.css and one script.js, and yeah, let's keep it only 3. If I hit enter, then you'll see that we have style.css and script.js created on the fly. Okay, so now you can see that how easy it is for us to do all of these tasks using this terminal or a command prompt. Okay, so this is right now, it may be looking that, oh, I can do this, I can right click, I can create folder. Probably this is going to be taking less time than opening terminal and then configuring it and then doing all the steps. I understand that, but imagine you have to create 100 files like this. Although 100 files like this is kind of a bit exaggerated, you won't be ever creating 100 files like this, but probably moving through files and folders is going to be done. No matter how beginner you are, eventually wherever you will work, you will observe that professional developers use terminals and command prompts very often to navigate between files and folders. Then if you ignore these steps, it is going to be tough for you. Eventually you will have to learn it. So start right now, and as you will progress, you are going to learn all of these steps. You are going to understand all of these steps thoroughly. And if you will stuck somewhere, then you can find resources to get yourself out from there by yourself. Okay. Now I'm not done yet. I have to show a few more steps. Now this is getting inside the folder, but what if you want to navigate outside of the folder? Right now I am inside the module system, so if I say ls, I am seeing all of the files that I have inside this module system folder. What if I want to get out of this folder? For that you can use cd space dot command. This command is valid for Mac, Windows and Linux. Hit enter, and now you are at codeblock underscore, not underscore twice, but underscore once. So codeblock underscore backend 01. Hit ls to get two folders. From here, if you want to come one step more backward, you can again say cd space dot, and now you are at desktop. Okay. So this is how you navigate between files and folders. Now this is very basics of command prompt and terminal, and as a beginner you don't really need to know a lot more than this. As per my experience working with backend code, I can tell you that as a beginner this is enough, and as we will be moving forward, I will be introducing you with some more advanced concepts of terminal if it is required. Then we are going to deal with that straight away. Now going to leave you with some homework. Try to create new folder and get inside that folder, and then come out of that folder, create these files, and try to manipulate these files and folders and try to open them as well. So if I say index.html, I will have to get into this folder. So cd module system module. Okay, module system is not there, so I'll have to first get into, where is this, code block backend 01. Hit tab, and now I can say cd to module system, and now I can say ls open index.html. You'll see, because we are going to learn backend development. But anyway, this is a very simple command prompt. And where is this file? Let's open this finder. Let's close this one. Okay. So yeah, this is very simple terminal. Now let me take few moments and think if I am forgetting something. At this moment, this one is enough. I am not really forgetting anything. So let's now start with our backend journey.